I am healthy. I am energized. I am healed. I am regenerating. I am thriving. And I am regenerated. I am healthy. I am energized. I am healed. I am regenerating. I am thriving. And I am regenerated. I am healthy. I am energized. I am healed. I am regenerating. I am thriving. And I am regenerated. I am healthy. I am energized. I am healed. I am regenerating. I am thriving. And I am regenerated. I am healthy. I am energized. I am healed. I am regenerated. I am thriving. And I am regenerated. I am healthy. I am energized. I am healed. I am regenerating. I am thriving. And I am regenerated. I am healthy. I am energized. I am thriving. And I am regenerated. I am healthy. I am energized. I am healed. I am regenerating. I am thriving. And I am regenerated. I am healthy. I am energized. I am thriving. And I am regenerated. I am healthy. Healed. I am regenerated. I am healthy. I am energized. I am healed. I am regenerating. I am thriving. And I am regenerated. I am healthy. I am regenerating. I am healthy. I am energized. I am healed. I am regenerated. I am healthy. I am energized. I am healed. I am regenerating. I am thriving. And I am regenerated. I am healthy. I am energized. I am healed. I am regenerating. I am thriving. And I am regenerated. I am healthy. I am energized. I am thriving. And I am regenerated.
Today, we're going to be talking about numerology and the numbers. So first of all, the numbers that we see are the symbols used for numbers, because the numbers itself are not the symbols. Numbers are energy. They are things that exist within our consciousness. Everything we see exists in our consciousness. There is nothing outside of you that is not inside of you. So every number corresponds to you and your consciousness and your body, because as above, so below. What is without is within. So the symbols used to determine numbers are produced by the angles. So 1 has 1 angle, 0 has 0 angles. So we're looking at the angles of these symbols. They're also sigils. You see, what we see with our eyes is going into the mind, and the mind is determining what that symbol is. So essentially, symbols are mental, they trigger thoughts, they trigger things within your consciousness, within your subconscious. It's why symbols are very powerful. When you look at the symbol of Nike, when you visually see it, it triggers the association of thoughts within your consciousness. So symbols are very powerful. So the number 1 is God, the one source, the one consciousness, the one energy, the one all-seeing eye on top of the pyramid. This represents God, which is a microcosm of you, your consciousness. That's why the number 1 is also determined as one line. One straight line means God. This is the one force of the universe. The one consciousness expressed in millions and billions and trillions of different life forms. You are God, I am God. That's why the Roman numerals I, the letter I is 1, because there is one God, one I am within all of us. Every single one of us refers to ourselves as I. I is the highest aspect of your being. You can't say anything above I. There's nothing above I. Well, there's no thing, nothing. There's nothing above your I am, which is the void. But it's the consciousness within yourself that is God. It's the I am, where all things spring from. Everything springs from this consciousness within you, from this mind. So masculine is masculine, which is one line, because the number 1 is a masculine force. I'm not saying God is masculine. I'm saying the number 1 is a masculine number. It represents action. This is the pure force. Okay. This is the pure force of God, of consciousness. It's action. Consciousness takes action. Everything you've done in your life came from consciousness and is action. This is symbolized as an obelisk. You see this obelisk everywhere. You see it in Rome. You'll see it in Egypt. You will see it in pretty much every city. You'll see a straight obelisk represents the number 1, which is God. You see this in Washington, D.C. as well. If you go to Washington, and you will see the Vesica Pisces, and in the middle of the interwoven lines of the interwoven circles of the Vesica Pisces, you'll see the obelisk, because this is symbolizing the 1, which then goes into 2. This represents you and God, you and the soul, the consciousness. This represents the yin and the yang energy of the whole universe. The universe is created by these 2 energies, these 2 polar opposite energies, which is represented in the physical world as the sun and the moon. The sun and the moon are physical manifestations of conscious and subconscious, male and female, positive and negative, light and dark, light and darkness. Everything that exists in light exists in darkness. You exist in a physical body, which is the light, and you exist in consciousness, in the darkness. You have a physical self, you have a non-physical self. You have a true self and an echo, which is the body. It also represents division. So this is division between spirit and matter, the consciousness and the body. You, your body, and God. The body and God, which is consciousness. It's the mirror, which is symbolized as the two pillars in Freemasonry. You have the left, you have a left side of your body, you have a right side of your body. You have a left ear and a right ear. This is the number 2. You are split down the middle. Your body is split straight down the middle, and you have 2 sides of everything. And in between the 2 sides of everything, you have one consciousness in the middle of the brain, which is the number 1, and this is 2. So 2 represents the division, spirit and matter. Now, it also represents as above, so below. Your life is a reflection of your consciousness. Whatever is happening within your consciousness, mentally, mentally and emotionally, is manifested into your life, and that is your life. Your life is a reflection of your internal state. Every thought has led you to this very point in your life. Every action has led you to this very point in your life. And them actions started within mind or consciousness. So it represents as above, so below. Everything within your being is manifested from these 2 male and female energies, the left and the right hemispheres of your brain. Everything you do is created by these 2 energies. Okay. So you have the conscious, which is the light, the subconscious, which is the darkness. The conscious mind manifests aspect of your mind. This is the hidden self, the shadow self, where all of your little things that you do. Now, what's an example? Do you really love the person you're in a partnership with, or relationship with? Or is it coming from a hidden aspect of yourself? Is it coming from a place of fear of being alone? Is it coming from a sexual desire within your subconscious? You see, there is a shadow self and a light self. The conscious mind brings into light what is in the subconscious. The number 3 represents the Trinity. This is why you always see God inside of a triangle. Well, sorry, it's not God. The I inside of the triangle. This is the triad. Okay. This represents the 3 aspects of your consciousness: thoughts, emotions, and actions. These 3 things must be in harmony in order for you to manifest your desire. In order for your consciousness to create, there must be thought, an emotion, and an action. These create without, well, you can, but they won't be to your maximum potential if you do not have these 3 aspects of yourself in balance. If you want to create and manifest your life, you can't sit there and meditate. You can't sit there and visualize all day long. Yes, this helps, and it helps reprogramming your mind, but you need the action. The action is one of the most important, but they need to be in balance. There must be thoughts, emotions, and actions. Now, the daytime represents action. Okay, the nighttime represents thoughts and action. At the nighttime, people tend to reflect. People are alone. You're by yourself mainly, or you're in bed. It's you and your mind. This represents the winter time also. The winter time also represents this inner state of reflection. And the summertime represents the action. So you must have these 3 aspects of yourself in harmony for you to manifest a desire that you want. It represents transformation. It represents new. So consciousness is always transforming into new and bigger things. Your consciousness is always expanding. It's always transforming into new ways of thinking, into new chapters of your life. I'm currently going through a new chapter in my life. Big things are changing. And it's the evolution of your consciousness. This is what the number 3 represents. 3 also represents, if you look at the Kabbalistic tree, you have the top 3 spheres. Now we're going to be going into the Kabbalistic tree. I'm going to be doing some lectures soon on it. But that is so the top 3 spheres representing the triangle with the eye in it. If you know anything about Kabbalah, you'll understand. Now, number 4, this represents foundation. You have a 4-fold nature. You have 4 corners on a table. This is the foundation of yourself. Now, the foundation of yourself is mental, astral, etheric, physical, which is, you also have 4 directions: north, east, west, and south. 4 physical elements, 4 stages of consciousness, 4 seasons in the year, 4 gospels, 4 fixed signs of the zodiac. Now, everything you've been told about the zodiac is pretty much a externalization of the zodiac. The 12 zodiac represents the 12 aspects of your soul, your consciousness. The stars are in your soul. As above, so below. What is above is inside of you. What is outside of you is inside of you. The stars are aspects of your consciousness. Now, this is why you have 4 gospels, because Jesus is symbolized in 4 different ways through the 4 gospels. You see him in the 4 types of, basically the 4 gospels are the 4 ways of portraying Jesus in the 4 aspects of consciousness, which are the 4 elements. Okay. So you have air, which is the mental aspect of yourself. These correspond with the 4 ways they portray Jesus in the 4 gospels. Okay. So this is also representing the foundations of consciousness. The 4 elements correspond with your consciousness. You have your body is a number 4. You have the cross. You have an upwards line and a horizontal line. And the cross section meets at the heart. Now, the heart is considered the sun. The soul is in the heart. Now, what is the soul? The soul is the essence of you, your personality, your level of charisma. When you think of someone, if you think of someone you absolutely love and you have a great connection with, you're not thinking about their body. Yes, you may think what they look like, but what is the non-physical version of that person you have if you don't think of their body? It's the soul of that person, their personality, that individuality, that's their soul. Now, the soul is in the heart. Your words, your actions all come from the heart. Your desire all comes from the heart. This is the soul, the Son of Man, the Son of God. The mind is the Father. The Son of God is the heart. You are the Son of God. Okay? So when Jesus is portrayed as Son, as the sun, the sun you see in the sky, he always has the sun behind his head. Now, this represents the Son of Man, the soul of man, the heart of man, the core essence of someone. So that's what the sun is, because the sun in the sky corresponds with your heart. It corresponds with your heart. It's also on the Kabbalistic tree, this represents Teferot, the middle sphere, where all of the pathways on the tree connect to the middle sphere, which is the heart of man. We're going to be going to the Kabbalah soon. 5. So yeah, 4 represents the foundations of your consciousness. In your external world, this represents the foundation of manifestation. In order for you to build an empire, you must have 4 corners. You must have foundation. In order for you to have a table, you must have 4 corners. So 5 represents also the human body, because 5 now represents experience. This now represents the physical plane. Okay, this is the physical self. So if you notice, all of these numbers, 1 up to 4, is mainly about consciousness and the invisible side of yourself. Okay, mainly. But once you hit number 5, you're now starting to turn into matter, material. This is more material things now. 5 represents experience. You have 5 fingers on each hand. You have 5 senses. Your consciousness interacts with this material plane through the data of the 5 senses. The 5 points on your body. You are a star. See, this is the pentagram, a very sacred symbol. 5 represents how spirit manifests into physical. Sorry about what's it called? The spelling mistakes. I did this quite quick. This represents how spirit manifests into physical. It's the material world, the experience of spirit in matter. Jesus took 5 wounds on the cross. Jesus said, take no thought 5 times. He pretty much says, meditate, take no thought. I forgot what verse it is. He says, take no thought 5 times. Why? Because you have 5 senses which are distracting you from connecting with the higher consciousness within you. You must turn off the 5 senses. Take no thought. And when thought is no longer present, other aspects of your consciousness can open up. The mind is always rambling on. It's always thinking different things, placing attention on different things, worries. Once there is no thought and there is no data from the 5 senses coming through, other aspects of your consciousness starts to open up. Now, this is how you can have mystical experiences. Now, Jesus on the cross took the 5 wounds. Jesus crucified on the cross. How did he get up to the cross? He carried the cross up the mountain, which represents elevation of consciousness. Then he was crucified. He took the 5 wounds, which represents turning off the 5 senses. And crucifixion is the sacrifice of yourself to the higher consciousness within you, to the Father. Sacrificing yourself to God. So 5 also represents sacrifice. Noah was 500 years old when he went on a mountain with God and the earth was destroyed. Because Noah went on a mountain, elevation to God. You must elevate yourself to the higher consciousness. And God destroyed all of the flesh on the earth, which is the heart. Earth rearranged his heart. He killed all the desire, because all desire comes from the heart. So what this represents Noah's Ark is your brain, it's the ark. You raise yourself to the higher consciousness and you kill all of the flesh, all of the desire for physical things. And that's the most physical number. So the physical, you can go down, you can go left, you can go right, you can go forwards and backwards. That is a 6-sided cube. Jesus turned 6. It's all there. This is all numerology. 6 is the world of matter. 6 is also reptions. So you have 6 3 times. 666 is your thoughts, emotions, and actions, all contributing towards the physical world, which is the lower mind, the devil, the mark of the beast. Your place. 6 represents the creation, physical creation. There are 6 days of creation, and then God rested on the last day. It's the 7th day. It represents laws, doctrines, and physical things. The number 7 chakras, 7 colors, 7 diatonic musical tones, 7 days of the week, the 7 visible planets, the 7 metals, everything's septenary. 7 represents the awakened human, a higher level of spiritual and personal development. It's why you see the Masons use the G with the light. This is the light. This is your brain. Well, this is your arc. This is your head. G in the middle is your consciousness. 7. Okay, so 7. There are 7 visible planets, which are corresponding to the 7 days of the week. Monday for the moon, Sunday for the sun, Saturn day for Saturn. And these energies in the sky, the 7 visible planets, are inside of you. They represent 7 spheres of consciousness, 7 states of consciousness. Okay, so the 7 represents the awakened human, a higher level of spiritual and personal development, where one has used the 7 energies to raise his consciousness to the 7th state. That's the crown chakra. Most people are stuck in their surface states of consciousness, 7 chakras, 7 nerve centers, which correspond to the chakras. So essentially, this just represents a heightened state of consciousness of personal development. Number 8 represents regeneration, time, 8 points of space and time, eternity, rebirth. There's not really I can't find much information on the number 8, but I'm going off what I know. This represents regeneration. So when you look at the infinity symbol, it represents the number 8, or a torus field. It's regeneration of energy, regeneration, rebirth, time. The number 9, this represents higher perspectives. Jesus casted his net to the right hemisphere of your brain. You'll find 153 fish, because 153 adds up to 9. You see higher perspective when you use the right hemisphere. It shows you a broad perspective. If you don't know about the brain hemispheres, go and watch the lecture. That will tell you everything you need to know about the left and right hemispheres of your brain. It also represents endings, completions, because you have 9 months in the womb. There are 9 moon cycles, because your body's created by the celestial spheres, by the energies of the celestial spheres, which are also inside of you. Your body's created in the moon. By the rotation of the moon, which is 9 months. The moon sounds like womb. And if you look on the Kabbalistic tree of life, you'll see this Yesod sphere, which is corresponding to the moon, because this is God up here manifesting, filtering consciousness through these spheres, then entering the moon, and then from the moon you enter the physical plane. It's the womb. It's why it corresponds with the womb. So number 9 represents higher consciousness, perspectives, feminine. Feminine is 9 months in the womb. Number 10, this represents again, 1 and 0. So this represents returning back to source, back to 0, back to the beginning, God. It's pure completion. So 0 and 1 is the binary code of this reality. You have 0 representing curves, which is feminine. You have line, which is 1. 1 is a line, which is the masculine. You can see this in the bodies. The masculine body is very liney. The feminine body is very curvy. You see this in the genital area, 0, the womb, and the line. The nothingness, the womb. We'll go into that after. But anyways, so the number 10 is also representing nothing and God, 0 and 1. That is all that exists. Nothingness and God. That is it. Nothingness and consciousness. That is the only thing that exists. Everything else is a shadow of consciousness. There is only nothing and God. 0 and 1. So there are 10 energies of consciousness. This is the Kabbalistic tree now. This is why there are 10 numbers, because the Kabbalistic tree shows, it's basically a blueprint of how consciousness manifests the physical plane. This corresponds on a macrocosmic scale, which is God, and a microcosmic scale, which is you, a microcosm of God. The macrocosmic scale represents how God manifested everything in the universe through consciousness. And then the microcosmic scale represents your consciousness can't enter a physical vessel. It's too powerful. Consciousness is too powerful for it to enter a body. So what God did is filtered his consciousness through 10 energies, okay, which is the Kabbalistic tree, and basically filtered his consciousness through these spheres so that we could have a material plane. So this is where it gets very deep in the Kabbalistic teachings. So I advise you all to research the Kabbalistic tree. It's very, very interesting. And this is basically how God comes down through these spheres into the material plane. Each path corresponds with a lesson. You, on a microcosmic scale, are down here, but your consciousness can expand all the way back to source, because the mind has infinite possibilities. There is limitless possibilities with your mind. Your mind has the potential to grow and expand into new fields of thought and expand to know everything in the universe, which is basically pure enlightenment. Your mind has no limitation. The only limitation in your mind is the beliefs that you hold. The mind has infinite possibilities to expand beyond physical awareness to the consciousness of God. That's why humans are very, very powerful. Humans are made in the image of God because we have the potential to expand our minds to God. So essentially, this also represents on a microcosmic scale of you, the path back to source, the path back to Kether. Okay, I'm going to make a whole lecture on this, so we'll go into that another time. So this is why the word man adds up to 10. Adam, the first ever man created, adds up to 10, because consciousness, you are made in the image of God. You are made to experience God's creation. You are made to expand your consciousness. You have been given the tools to awaken to the divinity within you. No other animal in this universe has the ability to awaken to its divinity. You have the ability. You've been given the tools to awaken. Everything is given to you so you can awaken. You have self-realization. A dog can't look in the mirror and look at his faults, look at how he can improve. A dog can't do that. A cat can't do that. A human can. A human can look at himself in the mirror and say, I need to improve here. I need to do this. If you keep feeding a dog, it will just keep on eating forever. But if you keep doing that to a human, at one point, they will stop and say, I can't do this. It's self-realization. We possess a very advanced consciousness. This is why we're made in the image of God. So yeah, the significance of 10 underscores the fact that all humans are created in the image and likeness of God. Yeah, so this is a new section from the New Book of Wisdom, Volume 2, which is coming very soon. The number 0, the cosmic womb, nothingness, no thing. Beyond mind is nothing, void. So if you go into meditation, this is a very deep thought, actually. Once you go past the mind, there's nothing. And that's essentially what you are. You are nothing. You don't actually exist, but you do exist. It's a polarity. Beyond the mind is nothing. The mind is not physical. Your consciousness is not physical. They're not made, thoughts are not made of atoms. Emotions are not made of atoms. Your body is made of atoms. Once you go past the mind, there is nothing. It's a black void. And that's where everything springs from. All creation comes from the void. All things seen come from the unseen. Thoughts manifest out of nothingness. Mind is the realm of infinite possibility, infinite expansion. These are very deep thoughts. A lot of people aren't going to understand this, but for the people who are quite advanced and deep thinkers, they're going to understand this. Essentially, the universe is nothingness, but out of this nothingness, so think of it like this. The highest realm in the universe is nothingness, pure void, pure nothingness. Then after nothingness, there is infinite potential, infinite, limitless thoughts, which is the mind. Mind is the realm of infinite thoughts and infinite possibilities. There's nothing you cannot not think of. Everything is possible in the mind. This is why the universe is constantly expanding. It's the expansion of mind. The universe is one mind expanding through information and thought. So anyways, we got a bit off topic there. That's essentially what the numbers, options of numbers. There are nothing external. There is nothing external in the universe. Everything you see is inside of you, including the stars, the planets, and zodiac. Everything is inside. So you must understand this. So thank you all for watching this video. I hope you all learned something. Look forward to connecting with you all. So the first one, consistency. If you are not consistent, you're not going to get anywhere in life. Doesn't matter what it is, doesn't matter what goal you have and how you think you're going to achieve it. It's not going to happen unless you have consistency. And how do you have consistency? And that is discipline. You have to create routine and rhythm within your life. There is daily cycle and a rhythm, a wave within your life. You have to do this. You have to do the exercises. You have to think and feel on a daily basis positive. You have to be consistent. And when you are not consistent, this is when failure comes. You know, you have to try. You have to keep pushing through, because every step is a stepping stone. You know, you can't just go from the now to your goal because you won't be mentally prepared anyway. You have to take the steps necessary every day to build that mind that you want, to build that reality that you want. So it comes down to consistency. Every day when you wake up, every day when you go to sleep, do the meditation, do the visualization, do whatever you can possible on a daily basis. You have to fill your mind with that manifestation. The second mistake, negative framing. Negative framing. The negative mindset is, you have to remove that mindset where you're blaming other people, blaming others other than yourself. It is the reason you are where you are is because of you and your thoughts. You are in the life, where you are in life is a result of your thoughts. There is no other reason. It's because of you. Okay? So if you're trying to change this, you have to change this negative mentality. You have to see things as positive. You have to see the lesson and the good in every single moment. Even if the worst thing ever happened to you, there is always a positive in everything. There are always two sides to everything. You have day and the night. You have the left arm and the right arm. There is two sides to every single situation. There is a positive to every single situation. So instead of drowning in your sorrows and drowning in negativity, which will then just ruin your life and ruin your mind and ruin your emotions and ruin connections with people, you have to stay positive. You have to stay positive. Keeping the positive mindset, thinking about the positive, about the bad situation that you just had. Well, what are the positives? Let's say, I don't know, let's say your car has broken down. Yes, this is negative, but what's the positive? You might gain a connection with someone. You might, you could meet someone in the garage when you're getting it fixed. There's always a positive. That's not the best example, but there's always a positive. Okay? Doesn't matter what it is. You need to get out of the negative mindset, the negative framing. Okay? Impatience. Manifestation is not overnight, people. This is what you need to understand. You are not magically going to wake up tomorrow with whatever you want. It doesn't work like that. Okay? Impatience is a form of not understanding. You have to understand how everything takes time, everything takes energy. You have to give energy to receive things back. So let's say you wanted that desire. Let's say you wanted that financial freedom and you wanted that business. And let's say you get that tomorrow. Everything you could ever want, you get it all tomorrow morning, right? You would lose that business or whatever it was, but in the time of a week, you would lose it all. Why? Because you haven't built that mindset of what it takes to run that life. Okay, your mind is not prepared, your body is not prepared, your energy is not prepared to take on that life. Okay, so you have to go through the consistency, you have to go through the discipline, you have to go through all of the steps in order for your mind and your body to function in that reality. This is the issue. Everyone wants things by the next day. That's not reality. You will lose it all. You have to build up to it. You have to take the steps up to that level. Or else if you get to that level without taking them steps, you're going to fall just as, if not, you're going to fall quicker than you got there. Because your mind, your body is not prepared. You have to build that mentality through the patience. And that patience will create you. It will create, your discipline. It will create who you are, and you'll be proud of it when you reach that manifestation, when you reach that goal. And to be honest with you, when you reach them goals, you're not going to be happy. It's in human nature. You will never ever be happy. Yes, you're going to be happy. I'm not saying you're not going to be happy, but you will be happy, of course. But it's not as if you think it is. When you reach that goal, it feels like, well, what now? The stairs never end in life. You will never ever be satisfied of what you want, whatever it is that you want to manifest. If you want to be healthy, you will never ever stop working towards that health. You will always want to be healthier. If you want to become financially free, you will always want more and more and more. And if you think you won't, trust me, you will. It's human nature. Yes, you should be happy and pleasurable of what you have. You should be grateful of what you have now, of course, but you will never be satisfied. There is something in your core, and this is why there's a lot of issues today. It's because people are not building on on their lives, on aspects of themselves. You have to build on yourself, or else you will fall into depression. Okay? You have to build, you have to create. This is what you are. Your mind needs to create. Your mind is a creative force. It's not visible, it's invisible. The mind's completely spiritual. It's not seen by the two eyes, but it is a creative force. And when it's not creating, this is when mental health comes in. You have to gain a creational essence about you. You have to, because it teaches you the lesson. And the next thing is not taking action. If you sit there just meditating and thinking and feeling all day, it's not, your manifestation's not going to come. Well, it depends. Of course, this depends. If you're on health, yes, you can sit there meditating, and if you're trying to heal your body, sorry, and this is like the health, you're trying to heal your body, yes, you can sit there and meditate a lot and feel positive and think positive. This will help your body, definitely. However, if you're not taking action on eating the correct food, not going under the sun, not grounding your feet in the ground, you're not going to gain the best results. You have to take action. It's not just about the mind. See, the mind is, let's say, it's 50-50. I wouldn't even say that. It's probably about 30% mind, 70% action. It's all about the action, the energy, the time that you are putting in, the sacrifice that you are putting in to manifest what you want. It's all about the energy. Yes, the mind is very important when it comes to this, because when you train your subconscious mind to believe it has something, yes, this will turn into your thoughts. Because if you create a mental program on, for example, building a business or you're financially free, your subconscious mind is is communicating with your conscious mind and putting that program into your conscious mind. How? By through your thought. You'll think differently. So let's say you did create that program on becoming financially free. This will seep into your thoughts and how you become financially free, how you could do the business, how you could do this, how you could contact that person. It mingle. You see, your subconscious and your conscious are always talking to each other, and the programs are always communicating with your conscious mind. So yes, it's important. It doesn't work. You're learning. Okay, you have to take action on what you want. If you're not taking action, you will not get anything out of it. It's all about putting energy into something. The more energy you put in, the more you will get out. It's that simple. The harder you train in the gym, the bigger you will get, the stronger you will get. It is that simple. It's all a mind game. Everything about the mind. Muscle. If you see someone who's muscly, and if you are muscly yourself, or you are in good shape, all of that mental stress is manifested in muscles. You see how mind manifests matter? All of that mental energy, that mental attention, all of that mental stress that you've gone through in the gym is manifested physically into your body. And isn't that amazing? And it's the same with your external world, not just your body. It's the same with your business or whatever it is. You have to give it your all. You have to give all the time and attention and energy. It's tunnel vision. Your mind should not be focused on anything else. You should be straight tunnel vision, straight forward. That is it. You should fill your mind only on the things that count and benefit your. So you have to fill the mind and take action on the mind. Conscious and the subconscious mind. This is so important to understand how the mind works and the two aspects of the mind. If you don't know this, your life is going to be hell. So make sure to listen and get your notepads out. So the conscious mind is the awareness. This is what you're aware of right now. You're listening to me. You're probably watching your phone, or, like 10% of your mind. Only 10% of your mind is what you're aware of, your consciousness. You're conscious. So, I know what I'm touching. I know what I'm aware of. I'm aware of my feelings, what I'm thinking. This part of the mind, what you consciously do, impresses the subconscious mind, which is 90% of your mind. Think about that. 90% of your mind, you are not aware of what is going on in that part of your mind. It's all there, but it's all in the background. The subconscious mind controls the systems in your body. So it is the mind that is telling your heart to beat, telling your lungs to breathe, telling your digestive system to digest food without you being conscious of it. So the subconscious mind is controlling every single system in your body and telling it to do its job. It's storing all of your memory, all of your paradigms, which are mental programs, or why you act the way you are, why you do certain things the way you do. All of these programs that you have generated throughout your life from the conscious mind. The conscious mind is picking up on your awareness and your surroundings. So when you were a child, between the age of 0 to 7, your subconscious mind was wide open to programming. Why? Because this is why by the age of 2 or 3 you start to speak. Because your subconscious mind is that wide open. You are literally sucking in every bit of information so you can progress in life, so you can start to talk, walk, and act as a human being. So between the age of 0 to 7, there are programs that are really, really, really deep rooted within your mind. And these programs are operating 90% of your mind. 90% of your mind, which is 90% of your thoughts, when your thoughts become your emotions and they become your actions. Everything in the subconscious is affecting your life, is manifesting. So the subconscious, we've also generated new programs and you're still creating them now. However, essentially we are deeply rooted with the older programs. But you create programs, generate mental programs. You can literally just do it on autopilot because your subconscious mind knows that program is there. So when you consciously think of tying your laces, bang, it's done. You don't have to think. So the subconscious is manifesting 90% of your daily basis actions, thoughts, and emotional state on a daily basis. So what's that mean? The subconscious rules your life pretty much. And you need to change these programs. Okay? We're not going to go into this lesson, but the subconscious also sees, counts, and analyzes everything. For example, you go and past this sign. You're in a car, you drive past this sign at 6 o'clock in the morning on the way to work. 8 sight at 6 o'clock in the morning. Later on that day, that subconscious mind has picked up because you started to feel hungry. The conscious mind, but it works on the subconscious. It lingers thoughts and images in your subconscious memory because of theta waves, which is your mind is open to programming. So just before you go to sleep, never go on your phone when you wake up, never scroll on TikTok or whatever. Don't do this stuff. The first thing you need to do when you wake up is say something positive and feel something positive. Do this every single day before you go to sleep and after you wake up. This will change your life. This will create positive impressions on your subconscious mind. Okay? It also, the conscious mind is the subconscious, and this will repeat. Then the whatever you put into the subconscious will then be put back onto the conscious. It's like a repeating cycle deeply. You need to understand how powerful the subconscious mind is. This is the reason why you think your name is whatever, John, and this is why you wake up at a certain time. This is why you run the way you do. Everything is stored within the self. With the programs, that is a program within your subconscious mind. This system doesn't truly exist. There's in the physical world, there's buildings and everything. But what is conscious and perception? This was in the first lesson. You need to work on these to access the subconscious mind. These are all part of your and your memory. They are the three very, very important faculties you need to work on. Can't stress. So, for example, I'm going to give you another example of how the subconscious mind affects your life. Let's say you were in a car crash. 20 years, someone flies around the corner, or someone smashes into the side of you. You really hurt your leg's broken, your arm's broken. You might sad, painful emotion. That emotion that you thought had a very, very big punch on your subconscious mind. And this is why, if you think about that moment, that traumatic moment that you've experienced when you were younger, you can recall that moment so vividly, like you were there. Like you could remember the taste, the smell. You could remember every little detail about that moment. Why? Because of the impression of your emotions. Because of the strong emotion you felt punched your subconscious. It says you're never going to ever forget that. Memory. What did I say in the beginning? You don't have good or bad emotion. You don't have good or bad memories, just strong or weak ones. depending on how deeply you impressed your subconscious mind, is emotion. Your emotions are not what you've been taught. Emotions are not something that is reactive. They should not be reactive. Okay? Your emotions are something that are given to you so you can manifest. Your emotions are a creational force. Emotion, energy in motion. Your emotions are energy in motion. And these emotions are impressed in your subconscious mind. And that's another thing. Whatever you think in your subconscious, whatever you think is true. Whatever you think is true in your subconscious mind. Whatever you think and whatever you say and whatever you feel is truth to your subconscious mind. Remember, the subconscious mind is manifesting 90% of your thoughts and daily actions. Therefore, if you call someone an idiot, if you feel like death, you feel bad, you feel sad, you're telling your subconscious mind that's what you want, is what you are, because the subconscious doesn't know anyone else but you. Only if you think a negative thought, you're telling your subconscious, I want that. If you feel a negative emotion, you're telling your subconscious, I want that, and it will manifest it. And that's why you need to control your mind. You have to control your mind and emotions and what you say. Okay? Very, very important, people. So remember, when you were in that traumatic moment, going back to the car crash, right? When you were in that traumatic moment, because you experienced that moment, it still affects you today. Because you had that car crash and you felt that such negative and traumatic emotion, it's still affecting you today because you'll be conscious of whose car you get in. I won't get in certain cars with him because this might happen because of that. Or I don't go, you might not even go in a car at all because of that event. That is how the subconscious mind manifests into 90% of your daily basis behaviors. Every program you have is having an effect on your decision making, your actions and thoughts. This is why you need to heal childhood traumas through meditations. We'll go over that. You need to heal the subconscious. You need to let go from people. Today we're going to be going on lesson 5 on the human electromagnetic field. This is very, very important, people. You have to understand how energy works, how your mind contributes towards this, and how your emotions contribute towards this. So the heart produces this electromagnetic field, which surrounds the body from 3 foot to 9 foot, depending on your internal state. And we'll get into that a bit later. But the heart produces this field. Now, the brain is all to do with the mind intelligence. However, the heart is the second brain. It is to do with the emotional intelligence of our beings. So mind and emotion directly connected. They are directly connected. Every thought that you think is producing an emotion. So the thought that you think is an electrical signal in the brain, which then gets sent to tells you if is this thought good, is it bad, based off the emotional sense that you gain off that thought. Therefore, before we go any further, every single cell in your body, every single organ has its own electromagnetic field. So every cell, every organ, the organs come up to bunch together to create the system. Okay. So everything is electromagnetic. I am, you am, every atom is electromagnetic. Frequency is our spirit, our spiraling energy field. The stronger this field is, the more impact you have on reality. when it comes to manifesting your reality, what you want, what sort of and how effective your energy is putting out into the quantum field around you. So your heart produces this field based off the emotion that you feel. So every emotion that you feel, your internal state, is what manifests this electromagnetic field. So when you stand next to someone, you can feel their vibe. You can get a sense of how this person is feeling. Well, because you're feeling the energy that their internal state, and feel it in their energy, especially if your third eye is your emotions. So your heart is producing magnetic energy. Every emotion that you feel is creating magnetic energy. Everything has a domino effect. If you happen to draw the right person to you because of your happy emotional state, that person can just change your life and turn the wheel on manifesting your reality. So like I said before, when we feel higher emotional states and elevated states of emotion, this strengthens our electromagnetic field. So when we feel happiness, contentment, joy, love, all of this expands our field from 5 meters to around 9 feet, 5 feet to 9 feet around your body. And the stronger this field is, the stronger your emotions are, and the more elevated they are, the stronger impact you have on matter. Why? Because you're vibrating more than matter. You're becoming more spirit than matter. So therefore, it is mind over matter. So if you experience these higher elevated emotions, you then have a greater impact on creating matter and influence on atoms around you and people around you. The higher you vibrate, the more people are going to stare at you, the more things that are going to happen better in your life, because the more energy that you're putting out positively. So this electromagnetic field is, you control your thoughts. This will then control your emotion, and then your emotion will control your magnetic energy. And not to mention, when we meditate, we turn our mind inward. So therefore, all of the attention, because where attention goes, energy flows. So where attention goes, energy flows. So if you turn your mind inward and put your attention on yourself, all of that energy is being internalized, and you can then redirect that into manifesting your reality. You can use this energy to manifest your reality. Okay, so the world will mirror back what we feel in our heart. This is a great saying. The emotion you feel is the thought motion. So every thought you think produces energy in motion, which is emotion, which will then be put out into the quantum field, the external world. So you need to be careful what you're thinking, feeling, and saying and hearing, because all of this has an effect on your external world, because it has an effect on shaping your mind. Okay. So controlling emotions, we need to get rid of the reactive emotions and use them intentionally. The more reactive you are, the more prone you are to lowering your frequency, which will have a great effect on manifesting your reality. We need to aim to reach them high states of emotion, to keep our cells, to keep our body high frequency. So I hope this lesson helped you. On the next one, we're going to be talking about maintaining this field. It is made out of light Light is vibrating at a certain frequency. And within the realms of energy, the way how it works is that you attract what you put out. So you are what you eat. You are what you think. Whatever you put out is what you are going to get back. So it's like praying. If you pray from a place of negativity and suffering, you will get more back. You have to believe and become the frequency of what you want. Everything you already want exists as a state of frequency. Think about that. What you want is a specific frequency, and you can experience that frequency before you even have it, before you even achieve it. You can become one with that frequency, with your mind and emotions. And this is the power of your mind. The power of your mind is that it can tune itself to anything. So you can tap into the frequency mentally and emotionally before you have something. And this is how you become the frequency and attract it to you. Like I said, whatever energy you put out, you get back. So if you become that frequency, you're going to influence magnetic fields, which is magic, mag. You're influencing magnetic fields, which is magic, through frequency, through thoughts and emotion. Your present results are a reflection of your vibration. You only attract what you are. Everyone in your external world is a result of your vibration, and your vibration is a result of your thoughts and emotions. The people around you are on a similar vibrational wavelength as you. So if you meet someone, for example, you walk down the street and you meet someone, and you're two complete opposite people resonating on two different frequencies, so opposite that you cannot clash together. You can't come together. You might not hate that person. His ideology, his thoughts, his beliefs, his loves and things he does, things he likes is all a frequency in his mind, and your mind is the complete opposite. Therefore, you everything you see in this room did not just appear there physically. It began in someone's mind. Someone thought of the lampshade. Someone thought of this design. Someone thought of this design of the sofa. And then someone thought, you're going to hear this a lot in this course because it's so true. Your life is a result of your mind. Your mind is your biggest tool. It's an infinite, limitless tool that you can use to manifest anything you want in your life. All you have to do is fill your mind with what you want. Tunnel vision. You have to fill your mind with what you desire and what you want, with belief, and just that one thing, it will come true. It has to, because your life is a result of your thoughts. So everything comes the light. Your mind's the darkness, the physical realm's the light. You manifest things out of the darkness into the light. You see? So everything is a state of vibration, and we can tap into these vibrations through the mind. You control your mind, you control your reality. And this is all to do with vibration, the law of attraction. Because when you become frequencies, you attract that frequency back. Vibration. Okay? Your mind is like a radio. You tune into different frequencies. Okay? Important to keep your mind on high frequencies, to keep your emotions on high frequencies, on elevated states of emotion, elevated people, elevated thoughts. Because whatever you think and whatever you feel, you're becoming that vibration. Manifests into physical. This is the process that the universe goes through in creating the physical universe. So it starts with the Godhead, the sole purpose, then the mind, then the astral, then the etheric, then the physical. Then everything is mental. Everything exists in the mind. These dimensions are not separate. They're all dimensions within your mind. They're different vibrational states, pretty much. So the mind is the realm of thoughts. This is where thoughts reside. The higher you go, the more lucid it is. The mental plane is the most lucidic. So the mental plane is the thought alone. The astral plane is the imagination of the thought. This is where the thought forms manifest into some sort of form. Not physical form, but then physical form. It is a product, and this is a world of effect. You can't change this world by manipulating it physically. You can, but it's not going to last long. It's not long term. This is where we get the saying, as above, so below from. You change the higher planes, you manipulate the lower planes. If you manipulate the astral plane, you manipulate the physical plane. This is a mirror effect. You manipulate the mental plane, you manipulate all of the planes. And the mind then goes through the astral states of the thought, because remember that the mental plane is the thought alone. So for example, I'm going to give you an example now in your mind. Now imagine that thought. What form does it have? This is the astral plane. This is the imaginational plane. This is where you imagine things. So when you hold something in the screen of your mind, this is astral matter. You're creating out of astral matter. That's what imagination is. Depending on the vibration of that thought that you are manifesting in your imagination, depends whether it goes to the higher, middle, or lower astral. If it's a high vibrational form, high vibrational thought, think of a chair to murder someone on it with spikes and kill someone on it, it will go to the lower astral plane because it's a lower vibrational thought form. Imagine things. You can manipulate the astral plane through astral projection. This is a very, very very occult teaching of astral projection, and that's going to be taught later on in another course because that's not for everyone. But you can still access the astral plane through imagination. And that is how you pretty much get there. You use your conscious mind to project yourself, your consciousness, your awareness into the astral plane. So if you manipulate these higher, it all starts in the mind. Use your thoughts correctly. Use your thoughts. Use your imagination. Use your energy. And this will all combine to manifest something physical. Okay? It's like a mirror. So that is the planes of existence. They all exist inside of you. They're outside of you. They're as above, so below, as within, so without. They are everywhere. They are inside of you. They're not separate. They're all aspects of your mind. Lesson 6, maintaining the human electromagnetic field, the human energy field. This is an important one, people. You have to understand how this field works. Without this field, you can't pull things to you. You can't attract things. The weaker your field, the more prone you are to diseases. The weaker the field, the less manifestation, the less power you have over matter. You have to have a strong field. Okay? This field is very important when it comes to manifesting and pulling things to you, attracting people. Because essentially this field is a manifestation of your internal state. So your internal state manifests this external field through your, the things you do on a daily basis contribute to this field and how strong it is. So to keep it strong, you have to realize that it's constantly changing based on your environment, the people around you, electrical devices, thoughts, emotions, and the food within the body. Now, every single cell in your body has its own electromagnetic field, has its own magnetic energy. And this magnetic energy can be weakened or strengthened by the food that you are putting in your body. So therefore, when we eat food that is processed, that is not grown under the sun, made in some sort of lab or manufacturing, wherever, it has no magnetic energy to it. It's vibrating so low that when you consume it, it's going to pull your energy. It's going to lower your frequency, going to lower your mood. It's going to just destroy everything about you. You don't want it in your body. You have to eat raw food. As much as you need as much uncooked raw food as possible, because the cooked food is what kills the magnetic energy in it, kills nutrients as well. But it's based off magnetic energy. They never want to tell you this. They want you focused on nutrients, minerals, but they'll never tell you about the magnetic energy, the etheric energy, about the food. Yes, meat might have some, nutritious benefits to the body. Flesh might have that. However, the magnetic energy behind it is negatively charged. Because the magnetic energy never leaves the food. Never. Energy can't be killed, cannot be destroyed. Therefore, the slaughtered animal is running, fear, traumatized, and all this negative energy is stuck within the food, and this is going to lower your vibration and weaken your field. So you're eating food that is under the electric sun. When you stand under the sun, you feel that masculine, powerful electrical energy charging you in your body, in your cells. And this is why you feel so much better when you're under the sun. It's because it charges you. It charges your body, your cells, your mind, your spirit, everything. It upgrades your DNA. The sun is amazing. You need the food that grows underneath the sun, because the sun crystallizes in the food. When you eat raw fruit that's grown under the sun, you're eating the sun. You're pretty much eating electrical electricity. Your body is made of water, which, contributes to moving electricity around your body. So your diet is very important when it comes to maintaining the strength of your electromagnetic field, because the weaker this field, the less impact you have on manifesting over matter and pulling things to you, and magnetically pulling people and, surroundings to you. It's a magnetic field. It pulls things to you. The right people, the right places. So eat fruits and vegetables as much as possible. Grounding, putting your feet in the soil or in the earth. This will charge you. The earth is electromagnetic. This will strengthen the field, strengthen your body, strengthen your cells, put electricity in your body. Everything is just amazing when you ground, especially when you're stood under the sun as well. It's a double whammy. So grounding every day is important. You're going to attract negative people. You can sense it from a mile off. When you see a negative person, you don't even need to know them. It's a no-brainer. Energy doesn't lie. And this is because their field is so depleted. Because of the food, the thoughts, the emotions. They're so unattached from nature. And this is why it's so important to get back in touch with nature, back in touch with your body. And this will strengthen not only your field, but your mind and emotion will be better. So your diet plays a massive role. Grounding, very important. Proper thinking. Being present. Your field is made out of your thoughts as well as your emotions. Being present is a very important one, because when you put your mental attention into the future or the past, you're obtaining energy by being in the present. Proper thinking. This is a very important one. So thinking is energy, mental energy. Every thought is either, positively impacting you or negatively impacting you. So every negative thought that you think, you need to think 3 more positive ones to try and counteract and balance this out. And over periods of time, this will create you to, think positive. And you need positive thinking. You're just dragging yourself down. You're slowing the process of where you want to go in life just by negative thinking alone. You see, your external world it's not actually external. The world is within you. You're not in the world. The external world is within you. So therefore, your mind is like the controller of your external world, because you are a result of your thoughts. Where you are in your life now, where you are right now listening to this, is an effect and a direct manifestation of all the thoughts that you have thinked in the past. Think about that for a minute. You are where you are in life because of the thoughts that you have thinked. I bet you've never realized that. Every thought, every decision has contributed to where you are right now. Therefore, you change your thoughts, further down the line, you change your external world, you change your life. You change the way you think, you change the people around you. It's directly correlated. The mind is a reflection of your external world. So every thought has an emotion attached to it, and the emotion is energy in motion. We've gone over this, which contributes to your electromagnetic field. So your positive emotion is going to strengthen your electromagnetic field. And when this field is stronger, the more impact. Okay, so voice, you're actually weakening your field. You're weakening your willpower, you're weakening your mind, you're weakening your electromagnetic field just by going against that inner guide. When you know you're doing something bad, you're not only, mentally going to suffer, you're going to suffer energetically and physically. Because what affects your electromagnetic field affects your body. So do not go against that inner guide. The people around you have a massive effect on your field. Every frequencies do this. When two frequencies meet, they harmonize and they balance. So if yours will lower and his will rise to counteract, so to balance out. So that person is essentially taking your energy if they're vibrating, contributing towards your life. It's so important that you change the people in your life. If you want to heal your body, stop talking to the people or don't chill with them as much if they just want to go out and eat Burger King every day. You see, it's not only physically are they going to take that, they're going to have, because their thoughts are in their electromagnetic field. So when you're around these people, you're gaining their thoughts, you're gaining their emotions. And this is why you feel so influenced. The word flu in influence. Because influence energy is like a flu. It's sticky. The people around are giving you energy, and people who contribute towards you stick to this. So the people around you have an effect on your field. And like we say, the lower the field, the less impact you have on reality. The higher frequency you are, the more wave you are than matter. So I hope you learned a lot from this video. Lesson 13, mirror magic. This is all to do with mirrors and how you should treat mirrors in yourself. See, mirrors not only just reflect your vision and yourself, they reflect what you say, what you speak, and what you feel. They reflect energy. Okay? So it's important that you are saying the correct things and feeling the correct things in front of mirrors, because mirrors reflect back to you everything you say into them. They are a great tool you can use to reprogram your subconscious mind into times. It infinitely thing into a mirror, or you say I am ugly. This is just going to constantly reflect back between you and the mirror and quickly and rapidly reprogram your subconscious mind. So it's important that you say the correct things in front of mirrors. Okay, mirrors are a very powerful tool. Think and feel, and you say the things, your affirmations into the mirror. This is a very powerful way to become that frequency. Okay, it's all about giving high energy. Work yourself up. Give energy to these affirmations that you say, and never entertain any negative thought, any negative emotion into mirrors, because mirrors are what are reflecting back, doubting themselves in the mirrors and stuff like that. So you've got to make sure that you say very positive into mirrors and say think and feel very positive things. And this will reflect back to you in energetic wise, and you're reprogramming your subconscious. Lesson 4. Programming the subconscious mind. This is so important, people. You have to reprogram the programs that are in your mind. Everything is true in the subconscious mind. This is why the ancients had the golden rule: treat others like you want to be treated. Because if I go, like, telling my subconscious that is what I want. So remember, it is impressed by emotion and repetition. These are the two single day. You know how to do it. You know how to change gear in your car. This is repetition. You have created a program through this repetition. And emotion, the traumatic event that you had when you were young, you can remember that program. You can remember that day like it was today. Very, very, which then created programs. This is why you keep your track on autopilot. That habit you have is a autopilot program. Therefore, you have to change this programming by accessing the subconscious mind and rewriting these programs through, like I said, when you access deep meditation. Deep meditation. Before you go to sleep, whenever you get time or whenever your conscious mind floats over the idea of doing it, do it. Repeat after as much as possible to reprogram that subconscious. It has to be in present tense. The subconscious does not know the future, does not know the past. It only knows now. It only knows you, doesn't know anyone else, and it only knows now. You and now is only this is the only thing the subconscious mind knows. And everything is true in the subconscious. Affirmations. If you want financial free daily cycle or whatever, or I am healthy. Whatever you are trying and feel it is true on a daily basis as much as possible. Most effectively in the mornings and at nighttime, and in deep meditate life you want. Feeling the emotional state of your desire, rich, free, or happy. Affirming your desire. Listening to repeated affirmations. Download an app on your phone, whatever, voice recorder, whatever it is, download an app into my life abundantly. Single morning for half an hour. Mentally say them, and while you're listening to them. Feel as if they are true constantly, as much as possible. You have to over and over again. It'd be that deeply rooted in your subconscious. Healthy or wealthy or healed. It has to manifest. Because what happens? The programs are manifesting 90% of you already feel this behavior. And it will be subconsciously. You won't even know you are acting upon this program because it's in the ought say you want, because you've been saying these affirmations and you've been thinking and feeling about this desired reality. Guess what? You will be taking action. You will, and you won't even know. It's a direct reflection. Be very careful what you're saying to mirrors, and never ever say anything negative into a mirror. Okay? Through the nose until your lungs are full. Then exhale slowly out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Bring all of your attention to the present moment and lose track of thoughts, environment, stress if you're trying to fall asleep. As if you're trying to fall asleep. So, if a thought, because this will happen, thoughts will awareness to the present moment, and if a thought comes, remove it. And this will keep happening. Thoughts or little words or little voice will become relaxed. The body will start to sleep, but your mind will be aware. Your conscious mind will be aware. Now bring all of your attention you wanted. Feel that reality that you have, that you wanted. Feel the the use your will to hold this emotional state. Like I said, the will is so important. You have to work on your will and imagination. They are very important. Use your will to hold this emotional state. Now you have to bring in your imagination, which is another higher faculty you need to work on. Where are you? What delivery? Imagine you are on a beach. Travel the emotion, your emotional state, and experience the life you want. And I'm telling you, you do this over and over and over, combining this with the affirmations on a daily basis. I promise you, you will reprogram the subconscious mind that deeply. Your life will change. Not only your life, it will start to steep into your emotions. It will creep on your actions. Sorry, not your emotions. This program will creep onto your actions, and you won't even know you're acting according to this program that you've created. And before you know it, you're working this hard towards this life. It will show up in your life towards your goals. You can't sit around meditating and affirmating every day. But I promise something will happen to trigger this program. You will make the right decision. You will go the right place at the right time and meet someone, or you will have a conversation with someone and something will pop up in your mind and you can just, that is it. Your life will change. This is so important. Affirmations and meditation on a daily basis will reprogram your subconscious mind. You can heal, you can manifest, you can attract, you can do whatever you want. You can get rid of depression like this, anything you want. Tell your subconscious mind you already have it. The stronger the emotion you feel, the more impact it's going to have in your subconscious. You have to do this, people. This is a very, very, very important part of manifesting, is the subconscious mind. Thank you all. It's because this symbol has been associated with something around us, are the other planes, astral, right? The Nike symbol carries energy. Why does it carry energy? It's because all of the collective minds that have seen this symbol have a collective thought and associations within their minds that associate beliefs with this symbol. So another way to see this is this symbol is speaking to you energetically and metaphorically to your right hemisphere and your mind. So the collective mind, this is very hard for me to express and teach this because we're talking about something metaphysical within the mind. There's not many words, it's hard to describe. So a symbol carries mental energy. Mental belief, mental awareness is energy. So all of the collective minds have a belief about this symbol. They know what this symbol represents in their minds, and this carries energy. So if you go and wear this symbol, you are associating yourself with the energy. You are carrying that energy. Okay? So that's how symbols are very powerful. They carry energy because when someone sees you with that symbol on, they associate you with their mental belief system on that symbol. So you can create symbols yourself. What you have to do is create a sigil, something simple, easy to remember. Okay? You got to make sure it's very easy to remember because you're going to have to imagine this symbol as well. Create a sigil, like a triangle with whatever in, and give it a mental belief. So every time you see this symbol, or it could even be a letter, you could even use something so simple. Whenever you see this, it's going to remind you of that belief that you have with that symbol. And what you need to do is create it on a piece of paper or a bay leaf, draw it and give it mental attention. Hover your hand over it and give it a charge. Imagine this symbol glowing and give it the belief, give it the intent. It's all about your intention with the symbol. Okay? And you want to keep this symbol on you at all times. And when you do meditations, when you enter deep states of meditations or manifesting meditations, you can, instead of thinking about the reality you want, you could think about the symbol. This is a very good way to visualize. If you're not very good at visualizing a full reality of yourself in a world somewhere else with whatever you want or whatever you want to manifest, if you can't imagine in detail, this is a good practice. Imagining a symbol and holding your mental energy, your mental awareness and attention on that symbol. And you are associating mental energy with that symbol. And it will become bigger and stronger and stronger. And it will impress your subconscious mind. You want to give this symbol emotional energy as well. And then what you could also do with this symbol, or words, you can even use words. I am, I achieved, I have, underneath water, because water holds memory. Because when you speak to plants, which take in water, if you say love to one plant and hate to the other, the love plant will grow bigger and the hate plant will die off. It's because it's all to do with frequency. So if you write good words on a piece of paper or a sigil and put it under the water glass, it will impress them energy frequency codes into the water, and then you drink the water. And this is all helping and contributing towards getting you towards that frequency of what you want. Giving that energy. It's all about filling your mind with that what you want to manifest. You have to find a way to fill your mind as much as possible with what you have, what you want to have. It's about tricking the mind, about something you already have. So you can do this with the sigils. You can do this with, prayer, meditation, all of these different things. You want to employ them into your life. Every time you drink water, you want to impress them, speak into the water. Make the water vibrate on the frequency that you want and then drink it. Okay, this is very important. You have to find every single way to get yourself to that frequency by filling your mind with what you already have, what you want to manifest, by believing in your mind you already have it, and filling your spirit with that energy. By giving your electromagnetic field that frequency, you becoming that frequency. It's all about maintaining that frequency and that mindset, and it will reflect into your external world. So you want to find all these different ways and do them as much as possible. So to go over that again, create a sigil, just draw it, give it mental attention, mental energy. You can visualize it in meditation, or you can put it underwater. Keep it on you at all times, and whenever you see that symbol, think about what you have, what you want, and this will all contribute towards manifesting. Hello, welcome to lesson number 1 of Manifestation Mastery 2.0. So the first lesson we're going to be getting into is the 7 universe maximize your manifestation. Now, what you need to realize is that you are manifesting at all times. You are manifesting now with what you are thinking, what you are doing. Everything is manifestation. But when you choose to do this, you're playing a video game, GTA, for example, you level up your character. You are not the body. You're not the person in the game. You are the intelligence behind that body. You are this invisible intelligence, which is a creating force. It manifests everything. You are a microcosm of God, a creator. You're a manifester. You can take non-physical thoughts and produce that into a physical world, material world. So this is the mindset you need to adapt. So the first universal law is the law of mentalism. Okay, mentalism, everything is mind. There is one substance in the universe, and that substance is mind. Me, you, are mind. We are the same substance. Yes, we are in a different physical form, a different physical body. However, the mind, the substance that makes your intelligence, is the exact same. The mind is the universe. Everything is the universe. Matter and mind are one. So the mind is cause. You are not the mind, though. This is what you need to understand. You are the soul, which is the observer of the mind. You are the one listening to the mind. You are the one behind the mind. However, without the mind, nothing can exist. There's no understanding. There's no intelligence. The soul is the consciousness, the observer, the awakeness, the conscious. The mind is the intelligence of your consciousness, your awareness. So mind is cause. Mind is the one substance. Good and bad are the same thing. Now let me break this down. Good and bad are two opposing things, right? But it's the same. They're two degrees of the same substance. Now, what do I mean? Hot and cold are different degrees of the same substance, and that substance is mind, perception. Your perception is what is giving it a degree if is it good or bad, but it's one. Everything is one. Everything is all mind. Mind is the only substance in the universe. Okay? How to apply this principle? Discipline the mind. As we believe in our mind, so it be. We need to control our thoughts. We need to be mentally prepared, and mentally engaged, but not letting our emotions take over, because we are emotional as well as mental. The mind is the root cause of everything. Before you kick a football, a decision is made within your mind. Before you do anything, it's all in the mind first. The phone you have, the car that you have, is all designed. The buildings around you was all an image. It was all an imagination. It was a seed in someone's mind before they manifested it physically. So you need to use your mind properly by disciplining the mind. Disciplining the mind is the most powerful thing you can do in your life. Controlling your thoughts. Control where your attention goes, your mental attention. Where attention goes, energy flows. If you're controlling your life, controlling your mind, you're controlling your life, your physical life. Okay? So be aware of where you are. Be aware of your mental state and emotional state, and change it. You can change your mind. You are choosing to feel depressed. You are choosing to feel happy. You are choosing to entertain these thoughts within your mind. So the higher faculties of your mind. Imagination. Work on your imagination. If you can't, if there's no screen in your mind, then you have no imagination. Every single one of you should have a clear screen in your mind where you can pull anything you want into that screen. If I say think of an apple, there should be there should be an apple in your mind somewhere. This is imagination. You see, the mind operates on the highest planes of existence. The mind is not a physical thing. It's the thing controlling this physical form and manipulating this physical external world. Mind is the controlling substance. So imagination, work on your imagination, people. This will do this will have a great impact on your manifestation when we get into the exercises. You need imagination. You need it. You can't live without imagination. You can't manifest properly without it. So you can use your imagination, practice it every day, visualize things in your mind. Will. The will allows you to hold one idea on the screen of your mind. So this is where willpower comes in. How long can you hold this imaginational thought? How long can you hold this image on the screen in your mind? Will is a massive, massive tool, not just manifesting, not just doing all of this, in all aspects of life. You see, what I'm teaching is a lifestyle. This is not just, you can do this overnight. This is a lifestyle. You need to be doing this stuff every day, mentally progressing. When you mentally progress, you spiritually and physically progress. So you change your mind, you change your external world. So work on your willpower. Cut the dead food. Cut out all of the negativity and stick and have a strong willpower. And stick to your word. That is your will. Stick to your willpower. And like I say, practice imagination and do it for long periods of time. This will also help your willpower. Intuition. Intuition is the small voice inside your head that speaks your truth. It also gives you the ability to pick up on other people's thoughts and to read their energy. Intuition. The first thing when you walk into a room, you get an intuitive vibe. The vibe is a vibration of the atmosphere. Use your intuition to guide you in your life. Use your intuition to follow that path, because that intuition is taking you to the path that you're supposed to be on. Okay, so use your intuition. Memory. There's no such thing as a bad memory. There are only weak and strong memories, like a muscle. You can develop your memory by phenomenal degree through exercise. Exercise your memory. Recall things. At the end of the day, go throughout your day backwards. So when you got into bed, go through everything you did in your day backwards. Remember what you did the whole day backwards. And this will create new neural pathways in your brain, and it will exercise memory. You need to work on all of these. Reason. Reason is another one. Reason is what we use to think, to analyze, compare, and evaluate ideas. Reason is the ability to think, choose what information we accept, stir up, and use to come up with a brand new idea. What is the reason? What's the true reason behind what you want to manifest into your life? Is it coming from a place of negativity? Is it coming from a place of positivity? Is it coming from a good or evil place? You need to seek deep inside of you and truly ask why you want this in your life. Is it coming from something? Is it coming from a childhood trauma? Is it coming from a self insecurity? Reason is a big one. You should only be manifesting things that are positive, that will have a positive impact on yourself and the people around you and the consciousness and the collective consciousness and to the earth. It should not be a selfish thing. Reason is a good one, because that negative reason inside of you. Let's say you wanted to do something, like you wanted to get rich, but it came from a negative place. Okay, it came from a negative place. The reason why you want it was very negative. You wanted to just flex on people and stuff like that, right? That will amplify. When you become successful, it will amplify that reason, and you will become pretty much an idiot. So make sure the reason's right. Perception. Your perception is your point of view. It controls what you become aware of in your environment and how you choose to see it. Your perception is your reality. You have to be aware that there are people's perceptions are all going to be different. You shouldn't let that affect your internal world. You need to come from a positive perception and a balanced perception. Everything is neutral. Everything is balance. You choose, your mind chooses whether it's positive or negative. So your perception of things is what you need to change. You need to come from a balanced point. Don't let the external world affect your internal world. Your perception should be neutral. Shouldn't be good or bad. It should be neutral at all times, and try and neutralize and balance your perception on things. Your mind is the decider of your perception, a good or bad perception. The next universal law is the law of correspondence. As above, so below, as within, so without. The outer world is a reflection of your inner world. This is so important, people. This is so important. You cannot go through life without knowing this deeply and understanding this. The friends you have, the car you have, the phone you have, all of the things you possess is a direct manifestation of all of the collective thoughts you've thought in the past. Where you are in life is a direct reflection of the thoughts you have thought in the past. You are here right now because of the thoughts that you thought in the past. The car you have, everything you have is a reflection of what you thought and what you've acted on. You have acted on them thoughts and you are here right now because of that. What is inside of you manifests outside of you. Not just on a macro scale, on a micro scale. So like I always talk about how the body is the image of the stars, and we are God made flesh. Everything is us. What is outside of the world is inside of us. We are a microcosm of the macrocosm. But I'm coming from a mental state here. Remember, the first law is mentalism. So you got to keep that in mind in every single one of these laws. The first one is mentalism. What happens in the mind happens outside of you in some way or another. Okay? The thoughts you think become your emotions that you feel. What happens in heaven happens in earth. What happens in the head, the thoughts, happens in the heart, which is earth. Heaven and earth. Whatever you think becomes an emotion, and that emotion influences your behavior, which will influence your action in the physical world. So therefore, if you think and feel that you are happy and rich, that will manifest into your external world, that will manifest into your behavior, that will manifest into your vibration and attract people in that similar vibration. You see? So we are physical, the physical effect of the spiritual. Hold on, two seconds, sorry, people. So yes, you need to understand this, people. You have to understand this. Connect with the inner self, connect with the divine consciousness inside. Okay? Use your mind to think and feel properly, and this will manifest into your external world. The friends you have are a manifestation of your internal world. Until you change your internal state, you will outgrow the people around you. And this is what happens. Law of vibration. Everything is vibrating. The speed of vibration depends whether on something appears solid, liquid, or gas. Every thought you think is a vibration. You don't think thoughts. You do not think thoughts. You receive thoughts based on the frequency that you are tapped into, based on the vibration that you are on. Now, what do I mean? This is why we call it a mindset. You set your mind to frequencies. So when you set mental attention on a thought that you've received, you are tapping into that vibration, and you will receive thoughts based upon that vibration. So that you set your mind to a frequency, you receive information and thoughts based upon that frequency, that vibration. So when you think, feel, and speak higher vibrational things, this manifests into your external world, because remember the law before, what happens inside happens outside of you. If you think, feel, and speak higher vibrational things, this will attract people on the same vibration. Okay? You do this positive thinking, positive affirmations, and remembering mind over matter. Mind manipulates matter. God is mind. Everything is mind. The universe is mind. You change your vibration, you change the people around you. They will sense this. Your friends will sense this. The people, when you start elevating your vibration and thinking positively and no longer entertain the negativity, your friends will sense this, and they will say that you've changed. But what you need to realize is they're coming. What people say to you is a reflection of their internal state. So if someone's being negative to you, you've got to see that is a reflection of their negative internal state that they think about themselves. What you say negative to someone else is something deep down that you see within yourself. As within, so without. As above, so below. The law of polarity. Everything has two poles, good and evil, love and hate, attraction, disconnection. All the opposing forces are actually the same substance, which is mind, in various degrees. Therefore, everything is one, which is mind. For example, water can be ice, solid, or fluid based off the degree of heat. It's the same substance, but the various degrees of the same thing. The universe is balanced. You need to be balanced between good and evil. Look at your body. You have a left arm and a right arm. Your head is in the center of it. You should become balanced. You should become balanced. Your mindset should be balanced. Your emotions should be balanced. Your diet should be balanced. Your work life. Everything should be balanced. You must first correct your underlying limiting beliefs. If you are unhappy in your job, you focus all of your energy on finding a new job. So think of it this way. There's polarity to everything. You hate where you are in life right now, more than likely. That's why you've brought this course. You want to manifest something in your life. Not everyone, but some of you hate your life. Okay? That hatred, you shouldn't hate, because that's going to hurt your body and your cells. But anyways, you can use that energy, the other end of that stick. That energy is draining you. Your hating mental state is draining your energy because you're letting it kill you. You can use that polarity, that other side of the energy, instead of killing yourself with it and getting yourself down, use that energy to finding something new. There's always two ends to the stick. I hate my job. You can either cry about it or use that energy to go and do something else and figure out what you can do. And that's the law of polarity. Use the other side. Use the polarity. Don't let it suck you in. Use it for purpose, for reason. The law of rhythm. Everything flows. Everything is out and in. Remember, the universe is made out of torus fields. This is a torus field. Comes out, back in, out and back in. This is a daily cycle. This is a yearly cycle. It's the cycle of the zodiac. It's the cycle of your life. You're out in the world, then you die from this world. You're out in this world, then you die from this world. Everything's a cycle. Everything's a rhythm. Everything has tides. All things rise and fall. Use the day and night cycle. Use the cycle. Create a cycle in your life. Don't let your life be chaotic. Don't be a feather in the wind. Create a purposeful cycle so that it works, so that you are progressing 1% every day towards this goal. Okay? Try not to get attached to outcomes, but work towards a mental state of neutrality or indifference. The key is non-attachment, positive thinking patterns. I need to get this out of the way. You hate your life. Okay. You hate your life. Hold on. My microphone's just changed. Okay, it doesn't matter. What you're experiencing now in life is a mental state. Think about this for a second. Everything is mind. You think, right, the job that you're in now, for example, you hate your job. You work at somewhere bad, you know, you're working in a gas station, or, you know, you hate it. You are suffering the mental state that you're in, not the actual job. You don't like the mental state that you're in. It's not the physical job. You're suffering the mind's reaction of what you're doing. Therefore, you desire a life where you do not feel this way. So what's that mean? What you really want is a altered mind state where you are not suffering mentally and emotionally. Therefore, use your mind. What you really, really want, deep down, is a mindset. You want a life where you're not suffering this mindset. So therefore, if you change this mind of yours, you change the emotional state. So when you do your bad job or when you're there, change the mindset. Change it as if you love and you experience blissfulness and you experience amazingness. And this will manifest into your life. When you go home, think and feel the reality that you want. Think and feel the reality that you want. Create a cycle. I've gone a bit off guard there. But what you really want is a mindset. This is what you need to understand. Everything is mind. Okay? If you had the mindset properly, you'd actually stay in that job. But it's the mindset that you hate, that you're suffering from. Cause and effect. Every cause has an effect. The physical world is the effect world. What you see and experience is an effect of mind. The root cause is the mind. The building you're in, the microphone I'm speaking into, is the effect of someone's mind. Therefore, use this properly. When you push a domino, it will push all more. Every little choice you make has a massive impact on the rest of your life. Every decision you decide has the biggest impact ever. It has a domino effect on your whole life and the people around you. So if you see someone, so let's say you want to get financially free, you see someone, you make a little comment, nice car, nice shoes. That could spark a conversation where you speak to him and he changes your life. Speak to people. Go to the gym. You know, conversate with people. If you want to become the best, you want to own a restaurant, go and work at a restaurant and learn how it works. Use the law of cause and effect. Speak to people. This is the most important thing. Speak to people and use the law of effect. Do the action. You can't just sit around visualizing all day or else nothing will happen. You have to use the law of cause and effect. Every cause creates the effect. Take action on your thoughts, on these thoughts that are based on reaching your goal. The law of gender. Everything is masculine and feminine. How to apply? We can use the law of gender by balancing the spiritual higher self and the physical lower self or ego. It is important to not let the ego get out of control. Because when the ego becomes out of control, you're coming from a place of physicality. You're seeking physical pleasure. You need to come from a place of internal. You need to come from the internal. Don't let this external world run your life. Let the spiritual, the positive run your life, the place of calculated thoughts and calculated action, the internal dialogue. Don't let your taste buds run your diet. Let the internal calculated mind run the diet, because the calculated mind knows you should be eating healthy things that feed the mind, body, and soul. But the taste buds just want sugar and bad food. So balance the spiritual and the physical self, meditation. Next lesson. Well, hope you enjoyed this lesson. Let's go to the next.